Hello, we are from Group 3. Today, we will talk about the uniqueness and food privilege of the multiracial community in Malaysia. My group members consist of 6 people, including me. My name is Nur Izzati Najiha binti Razali, C21A2055, and the other is Siti Aisyah binti Adnan, C21A2426, Siti Nur Akilah binti Anwar, C21A2433, Muhammad Syakir Raimi bin Nur Jasni, C22A0173, Nur Hera Syahira binti Ibrahim, C22A0314, and Muhammad Nabil Haikam bin Rizwan, C22A0471. Malaysia is a multiracial country that lives in peace and harmony. The 3 main races in Malaysia are the Malays, Chinese and Indian. The Malay are the largest race. 54% of Malaysian population. Malay are the people who are Muslim, speak Malay and practice Malay culture. Next, Chinese. Chinese represent 25% of the Malaysian population and live in a big city. They speak Mandarin, Hokkien, Hakka, Cantonese or Teochew. And Indians 7.5% of the population. Most are Hindu and speaking Tamil, Malayalam and Hindi.
Issues and discussion. We have 3 largest races in Malaysia, which the main races in Malaysia. The first one is Malay, Chinese and Indian. So, Malay community. Malay is person who professes the Muslim religion, habitually speak the Malay language and conform to Malay custom. Today, the Malay are found principally in Malay Peninsula and Sumatra, where they form the largest single ethnic group. Malay food is strong, spicy and aromatic, combining the rich textures of many herbs and spices commonly found in Southeast Asia. It is one of 3 major cuisine in Malaysia. For example, the food is nasi kerabu, nasi dagang, nasi lemak, onde-onde and curry puff. The second one is Chinese community. Chinese community in Malaysia was originally immigrant who migrated from mainland China due to various internal factors that occur, including the country politics. The form of cuisine and food of Chinese community from a historical point of view is influenced by the topography of their country of origin. As we all know, the Chinese are expert in making noodle-based food or food made from mixture, flour and herbal soup. For example, the food is bak kuteh, yu sheng and mooncake. Last one is Indian community. By the end of the 19th century, British colonies had begun to look to India as a source of cheap and docile labor to work on their rubber plantation. In the 1880s, 2 British officers, Hugh Low and Frederick Well, obtained a permit from the British government to import Indian labourers and bring them to Malaya. The 3rd largest ethnic food in Malaysia is synonymous with the use of many spices in cooking. For example, curry, which is one of the most popular Indian foods. Indian cuisine where they use a lot of dairy products such as milk, paneer, yogurt and salmon oil. The product is from livestock and also one of the characteristics of Indian cuisine. Not only that, food based on bread is also a popular food from the Indian community, such as puri, muruku, appam and so on. That's all.
Now, I will talk about the theory of evolution. A materialistic philosophy that coincides with the rise of ancient materialistic philosophy and widespread Carnothianism in the 19th century. Materialism aims to explain the universe through material factors scientific. Until now, Darwin's theory of evolution is considered by the majority of the scientific community as the best theory in explaining evolutionary event. Darwin completed his theory of evolution by applying the same principle as the origin of the species to humans and providing a place for humans to carry out the evolutionary process in the framework of natural selection and maintain their existence. It is very difficult to abandon the theory of Darwinism that is more than 150 years old, but in science that is growing, not to mention Darwin's legendary theory can be proven with the latest research along with the development of science and technology, because science nowadays is developing rapidly, not just a matter of years and months, even within a few days, and the theory of evolution is just a lie. Next, I will talk about the functionalism theory. Functionalism theory shows the functions of social behavior or institution that contribute to the continuation of society. Society has been likened to an organism that has part, and each part of society is known as a structure. Toko Brinkerhoff and White. Stability is the main evaluation criterion to determine the extent to which a society and can be maintained. Harmony shows how all part and structure in society works together to achieve their goals. Evolution, on the other hand, describes the changes that happen to society through the process of social structure adaptation to renewal. Maton, 1957. Distinguish between what is known as visible functions and hidden function. Function tangible is something that is known and desired in certain social activities. Hidden functions is something that is not noticed or expected. If a structural product is what is desired and recognized in the system, it has performed a significant function. Next, I will tell you about the theory orientation value of culture. Orientation value of culture theory is based on people's attitude, based on the relatively few stable values they hold. Klachen and Strotberg, 1961, value orientation. Theory proposed that all human societies must answer a limited numbers in and universally known, but that different cultures have different preference among them. Suggested questions included humans' relations with time, nature, and each other, as well as a basic human motive and the nature of human nature. Their theory has since been tested in many other cultures and used to help negotiating ethnic groups, understanding one another, and to examine the intergenerational value changes caused by migration. Take a look about the suggestion that I conclude, which is number 1, organize a traditional food festival of each race. The authorities or an organization organize a Malaysia traditional food festival. Organize a traditional food festival of each race can protect and dignify the traditional food of each race in Malaysia, and also can introduce the food of each race in Malaysia to foreign tourists, such as rendang, chapati, and also mooncake that represent the of each race in Malaysia. Number 2 is providing a traditional food at every big event or government event. We can also serve the traditional food of every race in Malaysia at the big event of each race. Prepare the traditional dishes of their respective communities. And lastly, we can also introducing the types of traditional food of each race in Malaysia in the learning topic at each student institution. This can also provide traditional subjects that introduce the culture that exists in Malaysia in more depth. And also at the higher education level, a student can make a culture exhibition about the various of cultural food, and they can collaborate with universities abroad.
Conclusion. Food in Malaysia symbolizes its multiracial people. These foods originally came from various states and tribes, but now have been prepared as a common dish in Malaysia. Food that is famous in Malaysia also symbolizes the unique practice by Malaysians themselves. That's all from our group. Thank you.